All right, so what are prisms? How are they named? Well, they're named for their bases. So all of these are prisms. So basically prisms, all of the sides of prisms are rectangles, okay? So our pentagonal prism, do you notice all the sides are rectangles or squares, but the base of it is a pentagon, so it's called a pentagonal prism. A cube, obviously all the sides are the same exact length. And then the base of this figure right here, the base is a triangle, but all the sides are rectangles. So this is a triangular prism. And then this is a rectangular prism. The bases are rectangles and all the sides are rectangles, right? So what if my base, or excuse me, what if my sides were triangles? What is that called? Do you know?
Pyramid.
A pyramid, that's right, exactly right. And so we're going to get into pyramids on Thursday, but today we're just going to look at prisms. All right, so in order to find the surface area of prisms, you need to find the area of each side of the prism and add them all together, okay? For a lot of people, it's easy to imagine the net of the prism. So basically, if you took a box and you unfolded it, so imagine holding a shoe box and unfolding it, what would that look like? Well, if you can see that, that's easy for you to find the area of each side. So if we unfolded this box right here, that's an 11 by 10 by 2, and we put it down flat on our counter, it would look something like this, okay? So basically, all you do is find the area of each of those sides and add them all together. So for example, the back of this box, which we can't see, is going to have the same dimensions as the front, okay? So our back and our front's dimensions are 10 by 11. So what is the area of the front and the back? Yep, so we're just multiplying 10 times 11. Yep, and we get 110. So the front and the back are both 100 inches squared, right? Now we have the two sides. So we see this side, but we don't see the side over here. So what are the dimensions of the sides of the box? What is this? It's 11 inches by 2 inches. Yep, 11 by 2. And there's two of those. So right here, this is an 11 by 2, both of these. So what's the area of each of those? Yep, 22 inches squared. So both of those are 22 inches squared. So I'll just write it over here. So the front and the back, the two sides. And finally, we have what's left of our box, the top and the bottom. So the top, so it looks like my arrow is kind of pointing to the top, even though it was to the back originally. So how wide is the top of my box?
10.
It's 10. And how wide is it? It's 2, right? So a 10 by 2. So the top and bottom are both 10 by 2. What's the area of the top and bottom? Yep, 20. So the top and bottom are both 20. Oh, I forgot to write 22 twice, didn't I? So basically all of the sides has a partner, right? So we have two 110s, we have two 22s, and now we have two 20s. And now I'm going to add all those up. So everybody add them up with me.
I have a question. Why did you write with green and then red?
Because Nevaeh, it's Christmas in my heart. It's Christmas.
I don't think that's why you did it.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, that's the first thing I could come up with. It's Christmas in my heart. Hey, y'all are telling me it's 304. I agree with you. And it is surface area. So remember, our units are squared. All right, what do you guys think? Not too hard, right? Now, if I didn't have a net sitting there, what I do is I just make myself a little code like this. All right, so I don't see the net right here. So what I do over here is I think of all the sides of a box. So I give myself a little code over here. So I'm like front, back, side, side, and then top, bottom. So if I write it out like this and give each of these a surface area, I know I have all 6 sides. Does that make sense? All right, so the front and back are the same dimensions. So what are the dimensions of the front? I'm sorry, what's the dimensions of the front? What is that? 13 by 9, right? So what is 13 times 9? Good. So I know the front and the back are both 117. So I know I've got 2 sides done. Good. Now I'm going to move on to the sides, the 2 sides. So what are the dimensions? What's the dimensions of one side? Can y'all see it? Yep. 2 by 13. 2 by 13. So what is the area of each side? Yep, y'all are texting me. Yep, 26 and 26. So the sides are the same. All right, and finally I have top and bottom, top and bottom. So can you guys figure out the dimensions of the top and bottom?
It would be 9 by 2.
It would be a 9 by 2, right? So
So
the top,
they would both be 18.
they are 18 each, right? So I have to write everything down twice because prisms have 6 sides.
And now you add.
And now I add, everyone add. Zakeen, I don't agree. Yours is a little bit too big. Good, Nora. That's what I got. Zakeen, try it one more time. Yep, Fritzy. Yeah. Good, James. Good, Karen. Good, Bella. Oh, Kaylee, I didn't get that, sweetie. Try it uno más. Did I say that right? One more time. Did I say that right? Uno más. No, Zakeen, I disagree with you. He added 10 exclamation points trying to change my mind. Good, Isabella. All right, we all got, except for Zakeen, got 322. But Zakeen doesn't believe us. All right, tell me what you're adding. Put in your calculator, Zakeen. But don't yell at me. I don't know what you're doing, sweetie. But yeah, we all got 322. He keeps getting 324. Just check your numbers carefully. All right, how are we doing out there, everybody? Oh, Christian, I was going to bring you a calculator. I totally forgot, Christian. I got to write that down. Dang it. Christian calculator. All right. All right, here we go. You ready? Zakeen, did you get it right? Did you get it? 322?
I was getting it wrong because I had the chat covering one of the numbers.
You had what covering the numbers?
The chat covering the numbers accidentally.
Oh,
That's why I couldn't see it right.
got it. Thankfully, you can move those little boxes around, can't you? Good, good, good. All right, so anyway, those that like having the nets, you know, sometimes they're provided for you and sometimes they're not. So this is a net, right? So since they're not always provided for you, I would figure out, you know, how I'm going to make sure I have all 6 sides. So for me, writing down the, FB, SS, TB makes sense to me because I know I'm adding together all 6 sides. All right, now this is only a net, so we can only use this. So everybody try this. See if you guys can figure out what the surface area is on your own.
It's the surface area of the middle.
What?
The surface area of the middle.
No, the whole thing. So by the time you're done, you have to add together all 6 sides, all 6 numbers. I don't think I gave y'all enough information on this. I don't know how long these sides are here or this side. This is not a good question. I apologize. There's not enough information because if this side is 8, this side is 8, but I don't know how long this side is. It looks like I cut something off over here that I shouldn't have, and I apologize. Yikes. Can we move on?
Yeah, but if it says 8 above 13, wouldn't the other side be 13?
Well, so we don't know how long this side is. That's the thing.
That's probably 13 because the other side's 8.
Well, what about this side? We don't know how big that side is.
It's 8.
Well, we can't be sure though.
Oh, true.
Yeah, we
Sorry.
can't. I mean, we can guess, but we're not sure. So there's not enough information on this picture. So I'm so sorry. I need to double check that before I print that out for you guys. All right, sorry. Everybody forgive me? Okay. Some of you don't, but that's okay. All right, what about this thing? This is a cube. So what's true about cubes?
It always has the same number for each side.
All the sides are the same length. So once you find the area to the surface area of one side, what can you do to that number?
Keep adding 3s to it.
Well, how many sides do we have in a cube?
Can you have adding 9?
So the surface area of each side is 9, and how many sides are there? Yep.
6.
Yep. So then what could we do with 9 and 6?
You add those up,
We don't add them.
you multiply them.
You multiply them, right? Kaylee is sending lots of sign
54.
language. I love it. Yeah. So if each side has an area of 9 inches squared, and if it's a cube, we know all 6 sides have the same surface area, right? So what is the surface area of the whole thing?
54 inches cubed or
Exactly.
square.
Yep, 54 inches squared. Good. All right, so cubes are pretty easy because we only have to really multiply twice. Multiply once to get the area and then multiply by 6 because all sides are the same. All right, what about this prism? So I don't have a net for you. So I suggest you do front, back, make you a little chart over here. Whoops, that's supposed to be a B. So front, back, side, side, top, bottom. Everybody try that for the whole thing. Good, Karen. That's what I got. Good, Fritzy. Good, Nora. Come on, guys. Don't just sit there. Send me your answers, please. All of you should be doing some math right now. Good, Nora. Now for the whole thing, Zakeen, right? You're adding together 6 numbers. Good, Kaylee. We're all doing this one right here. All of you, please. James, that's a little bigger than the answer I got. So Zakeen, are you multiplying 10 times 4 and adding that twice? And then 10 times 3 and adding that twice? And then 3 times 4, right? All right, so guys, what's going to happen after you do this a couple of times? Isabella, my answer was bigger than that. So I got 164. That's what I got. All of you should get 164. So what you're going to start noticing a pattern is you're going to multiply all combinations of numbers together. You're going to multiply 4 times 10. And you're going to multiply 10 times 3. And you're going to multiply 4 times 3. Okay, so you have 3 numbers, you're multiplying them all together, and then it's basically double that. Okay, so for example, so what about the front? The front is a 10 by 4. What's 10 times 4? 10 times 4 is 40. If the front is 40, the back is 40. Everybody agree? Okay, good. And so then we have 2 sides. Well, if you kind of trace it with your pencil, which I know it's hard for you guys because you're looking at a screen, you figure out quickly what the dimensions are. So, yep. And Nora, yep, Nora has them written down and printed. I love that. All right, so our dimensions are a 3 by, how tall is it? 4, 3 by 4. So the sides are both 3 times 4 is 12 and 12, right? And then we have a top and bottom. Well, the top up here is a 10 by 3, right? So 10 times 3 is 30. If the top is 30, the bottom is 30. And so there's our 6 sides. So when we add them all together, we get 164 inches squared. Y'all agree? Awesome. Good job. Good job. Now, like I said, on Thursday, we're getting into triangular prisms, which is a little different, but today that's all there is. That's all we have to do is the prisms, the rectangular prism. All right, so here's another one. I want everybody to try this one. Nora, you're fast. Flash and math. I love it. Good, Isabella. All right, now Nora and Nora's answer and Nevaeh and Isabella's answers differ. So I have 2 56s and 2 100s right now. So who's right? Who's wrong? There's a competition. Is the answer 56 or 100? I have 3 100s and 3 56s. Who's going to win? Who's winning? Kaylee's pretty. Oh, I got another 56. Kaylee and Nora are confident the answer is 100, but I just got another 56. Another 56. Oh, now 100, 100. All right, let's see who's right, who's wrong. All right, do y'all agree the front is a 7 by 4, 7 by 4, 28 and 28. And then our two sides are a 2 by 4, 2 by 4 is 8. We have 8 and 8. And then the top and bottom. So the top is 7 times 2. 7 times 2 is 14. And 14. All right, everyone add it up. Do our 56s win or do our 100s win?
100 win.
The 100s win? Oh, yeah.
100.
It is. It is 100. So I'm wondering how so many of you got, yay, good job, 100s. Wah. So how did so many of you get 56? What were we doing wrong? I'm not sure what y'all are, how so many of you got the same wrong answer. I'm just curious what was going on. Can anybody tell me? Or some of you weren't doing it, you were just copying off your peers? I'm not sure. I don't know. If you can tell me, you would answer a problem for me. All right, so basically, look, guys. So everybody agrees. Oh, you just added wrong. Okay. We have a combination of 3 numbers, right? So you're going to multiply 7 by 4, 28, and 7 by 2, 14, right? Twice. Well, then the only other thing you can do is multiply the other 2 numbers together. So all 3 numbers will be multiplied by each of the other numbers. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's what happens every time. All right, we got 3 more and then class is done. Practice, 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 people. Oh, well, first of all, look at this question. Can everybody see the screen good? Which figure can be formed from this net? See this net right here? This is a multiple choice question. Is this the net for number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4? Yeah. Yep, it's number 2, right? It's number 2. So make sure you realize this because this is a test question. So do you notice all the boxes look the same size? So 3 would be my second guess, but I notice, oh, wait a minute, we have little squares on the ends and long triangles in the center. Well, here it clearly looks like all the boxes are the same, okay? So that would go with number 2, a cube. All right, and some people are good at visualizing and some people aren't. And so, some of you are like, this is so easy. I don't understand why people are struggling. Well, it's the way your brain, it's how you think. It's how you, if you can imagine things, like if you, some people, it's like, I can imagine holding a box and I can almost see it. And other people are like, I can't do that. I can't see that. So we all have different strengths and weaknesses. All right, so these 3 are our last. I want all of you to figure out the surface areas of all 3 of them. Let's go ahead and call this number 1, number 2, and number 3. And I want all of you to chat me the answers. All of you. Ready, set, go.
So what are we doing for number 2 exactly?
On all of them, all 3 problems, we're finding the surface area of the whole thing. Good, Nora. You can't see the last one. The last one's number 3's dimensions are 2.5. Sorry. 2.5. Riley, I didn't get that for number 2. And 7.5 for the last one. Fritzy, what'd you get for number 2? I don't see your answer. No, I don't agree with you, Fritzy. I'm sorry. I still love you, but I don't agree with your answer.
I didn't think that we were actually finding the surface area.
Yes, we're finding the surface area of all 3 of these all 3 of these boxes. Y'all got it?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Good, Christian. That's right for number 2. Good, Karen. I agree with all of your answers. Good, Zakeen. I agree with number 2. Good, Nora. You got them all. I haven't heard from several of you at all today.
Every time I see the, those, it's like, how you could like the 2 like out of 1.5. Those confuse me a lot because like every time it's like they like confuse me because like most of the time like it's complicated for me to figure it out because there's like a lot of numbers in one.
Are you talking about the fraction 1/2? Yeah,
Yeah.
1/2 is just always equal to 0.5, 100% of the time. If you ate half a pizza, you ate 0.5 part of it, right? 1/2, 0.5. Good, Zakeen. That's what I got for the last one too. Good, Fritzy. That's what I got for number 2. All right, so those of you, so those of you with my calculator, can you guys see my screen? So this is what I do. I look at 3 numbers. And so in my calculator, I just put it all in at the same time. I do 5 times, I know I'm going to multiply every combination of 3 numbers, right? So in my calculator, I put in, my pen turned off. All right, so I do 10 times 5, and I know I have to double it times 2. Got it? plus, in my calculator, I'm just doing this all on the same line. Plus, I know I have to multiply 10 times 2. 10 times 2. And I know there's 2 sides with that dimension times 2, right? And then I'm adding that to my last combination of 2 numbers. 5 times 2. There's always 2 sides with that dimension. And finally, I hit equals, and it gives me my answer in just one long math sentence. And the answer is 120. Y'all see what I'm talking about? If that's confusing to you, then don't do it that way. Do front, back, side, side, top, bottom. Okay? Make sure you add 6 sides. So the front is a 10 by 5. 10 by 5. So 50, 50. Our 2 sides are a 2 by 5. 2 by 5 is 10. 10 and 10. And then our top is a 10 by 2. 10 by 2, that's 20 and 20. Add all 6 sides together and we get 160. Okay?
I did this in an easy way. So first, I divided all of those and I got 80. And what I thought is when I got 80, I could just double that because all the other sides are the same as those. So I did the same thing and I got 160.
Oh, I like that. Did you hear what he said? He said, I just multiply all those numbers together and then double it. No, you didn't multiply them all together. What did you do?
Okay, so when I times 10 times 5 and 2, then add 10, which is 80. So after that, I just added another 80 because like the other sides are the same thing as those.
Okay, well, so tell me if that works for number 2 and 3, Christian. Okay. All right, so for number 2, right, we have front, back, side, side, top, bottom. So our front is a 3 by 3. Front is a 3 by 3. So 9, 9. The sides are a 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is 6 and 6. And then the top is a 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is a 6 and 6 again. So we add all 6 sides together, and what do we get? We get 42. My pen color matches my cube. Look at that. All right, what do you guys think about that? Christian, did it work again? What you did? Beautiful. I love it. All right, and then number 3, we're going to multiply each combination of numbers, right? So 2.5 times 4 equals 10, and then there's 2 of them, right? So 10 times 2. And then we're going to multiply this combination, 4 times 7.5. 7.5 times 4 is 30. And there's 2 sides that are 30. And then what's the last combination of numbers? What have we not multiplied together? 2.5 and 7.5, right?
I'm starting to get more used to those.
Good. Well, 2.5 times 7.5 is 18.75, and we have to double everything. So if you do it that way, it works every time. And the final answer is 17 and a half. 17.5. All right, raise your hand, celebrate if you got them all right. Yay, yay, we're awesome. We love math, yay. Okay. Some of you celebrate with a sad look on your face. It's okay, it's all right. All right, what do you guys think? What do you think about surface area? Do we like it? Do we hate it?
It's pretty okay.
It's pretty okay.
Part.
Good, 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 good. All right, raise your hand if you learned something today. Yay, that makes me so happy. All right, you guys, now a couple of you had problems on last week, so I want you to stick around for a minute. Okay, some of you had a couple of questions for last week. If you feel good about everything we did today, Adios. I'll see you mañana for social studies. Everyone have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. But Jeremy, you stay, please. Paris, I want you to stay for a minute, please. Everyone else, you are welcome to go. I think I forgot to stop recording.